Hello. Hello, admin.
Hello.
Start
Minister. Okay.
Start.
Ajay Kumar sir, are you ready? Ajay Kumar sir. Ajay Kumar sir, are you ready? Sir, Ajay Kumar sir, your voice is not coming.
A very good morning to all. I feel privileged to welcome you all to the inaugural session of the International Conference on Special Functions and Applications 2021. ICSFA 2021 is also the venue of the 20th annual meeting of the Society for Special Functions and their Applications. In addition to this, we are organizing a symposium on fractional calculus and special functions. Let's mark the beginning of this auspicious occasion with a prayer. Here we have our department choir.
വർണ്ണമേകിയും നമ്മിൽ വാഴും നാമം ഇന്നു വാഴ്ത്തിടാം ഹൃദയരാഗതന്ത്രി മീട്ടി ഞങ്ങൾ പാടുമീ സ്വരങ്ങൾ ചോളുവയ്ക്കുമീ പദങ്ങൾ നൃത്തലോലമാകണേ കുഞ്ഞു വീടിനുൾ തളങ്ങൾ സ്വർണ്ണമാകണേ അമ്മ നൽകും പോലും അമൃതമാകണേ പൂർണ്ണീശ്വരങ്ങൾ മുഴുവൻ
Thank you. Now I welcome Dr. Ramesh Kumar P, Head of the Department of Mathematics, University of Kerala, for the welcome address.
Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor of University of Kerala, Professor Ajay Kumar, sir. Honorable Minister for Higher Education, Dr. R. Bindu, Professor M.A. Patan, Secretary SSFA, Professor Bhargava, President SSFA, Advocate Babu Jan, Member Syndicate, Dr. S. Nasib, Member Syndicate, Dr. Govichandran, Member Syndicate, Dr. Simon Tattel, Director IQSC, Dr. Dilip Kumar, distinguished speakers and delegates of the conference, and dear friends. Good morning to all. It is my great pleasure and privilege to welcome you all to the inaugural function of the International Conference on Special Functions and Applications. Before I begin my duties, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to the office bearers of SSFA for selecting our university as the host institution. First, I welcome Professor Ajay Kumar sir. He is chairing the session and he is very interested in all the activities of our department. I extend a cordial greeting to you, sir, on behalf of the organizing committee and the Department of Mathematics, University of Kerala. It is an honor for all of us to have our Honorable Minister for Higher Education, Dr. R. Bindu, as our chief guest on this occasion. Instead of her busy schedule, she has agreed to bless the conference with her opening address. Madam, on behalf of the organizing committee and the Department of Mathematics, University of Kerala, I extend a warm welcome to you, ma'am. Professor M.A. Patan is the secretary of the SSFA. He is delivering a facilitation address, and I extend a warm welcome to you, sir, on behalf of the organizing committee and Department of Mathematics, University of Kerala. Professor Bhargava is a professor of Mysore University, is the president of SSFA. He is going to deliver a talk. I extend a warm welcome you, sir, on behalf of the organizing committee and the Department of Mathematics, University of Kerala. Advocate Babu Jan, Member Syndicate, University of Kerala, is delivering a felicitation address on behalf of the organizing committee and the Department of Maths, University of Kerala. I extend a warm welcome you, sir. Dr. Nasib, he's a professor of Institute of Distance Education, University of Kerala. He's a syndicate member of our university. He is going to deliver a felicitation address on behalf of the organizing committee and on behalf of the Department of Mathematics, University of Kerala. I extend a warm welcome you, sir. Dr. Govichandran, he is the professor of Optoelectronics Department of our university and also a member syndicate. On behalf of the organizing committee and the Department of Mathematics, University of Kerala, I extend a warm welcome you, sir. Dr. Simon Tattel, Director, IQSC, University of Kerala. He is delivering a felicitation address on behalf of the organizing committee and on behalf of the Department of Mathematics, University of Kerala. I extend a warm welcome you, sir. And last but not least, I extend our warm welcome to all the delegates of the conference. Once again, I thank the organizers for selecting our university as a host institution for this conference. Thank you. Smriti.
Due to the urgent meeting of Dr. Ajay Kumar PT, instead of presidential address, let me invite Dr. R. Bindu, Honorable Minister for Higher Education, Government of Kerala, for the inaugural address.
Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Respected President Dr. Ajay Kumar PP, Honorable Pro VC of University of Kerala, Honorable Secretary SSFA Dr. M.A. Pathan, Dr. S. Bhargava, Professor, University of Mysore, respected members of the syndicate, Dr. Ramesh Kumar, Dr. Dilip Kumar, honorable delegates, and dear students. At the very outset, let me extend warm greetings to all of you on behalf of the Department of Higher Education, Kerala. To be present at an international conference in the area of mathematics on this day, 22nd of December, is a matter of great pride as we commemorate one of the most astounding talents and illustrious sons of India, the genius named Ramanujan, whose contribution to mathematical research is of world renown. The story of this poor man from Tamil Nadu going to England without proper winter clothing or the means to buy them to overcome the hardships imposed by the cold English climate, with his notebook full of solutions to mathematical problems that had plagued the human intellect for centuries, in order to meet the famous Cambridge mathematician D.H. Hardy, is quietly fascinating. He even didn't know some of those problems which had already been solved, but the innovative and surprisingly novel ways in which Ramanujan solved those problems impressed Hardy and re-invoked a history and tradition that had enriched mathematics from time immemorial. His major contributions in analytical theory of numbers, elliptic functions, continued fractions, and infinite series are remembered on this day when we celebrate National Mathematics Day on the day of his birth anniversary. It is therefore quite fitting that this international conference has chosen the 22nd of December as its day of commencement. According to the conference brochure, the International Conference on Special Functions and Applications and 20th Annual Meeting of the Society for Special Functions and their Applications is being held under the auspices of Department of Mathematics, University of Kerala. The conference will bring together researchers and faculty, students and teachers of mathematics who can put their heads together and chalk out a path for the future development of special functions, which will hopefully help bridge physics and mathematics in more fruitful ways. We are living in a world where disciplinary borders are collapsing, blurring of boundaries, paving the way for greater convergence of subject areas to enliven research. The distinctions between sciences and humanities have blurred, making interdisciplinary approach a matter of normal course. Now the government is thinking of establishing inter-university interdisciplinary centers of research in Kerala to encourage fruitful collaborative investigations into the interspaces of knowledge. We want our researchers to do radical research that can transform our state into a knowledge economy where knowledge gets transformed into social production. The University of Kerala is definitely a suitable space for this celebration, since it is the oldest of our universities in the state. The mother university that still tops the charts, be it the national ranking or international review. The Department of Statistics and Mathematics, one of the oldest teaching and research departments of the University of Kerala, which started functioning in 1943 as part of the University of Travancore, holds pride of place in the world of mathematical research. The Department of Mathematics, with its modeling strategies, should lead the university to greater creation of knowledge, just as the University of Kerala should lead the area of higher education in the state to unprecedented heights. We expect more from its scholars and researchers, since the society needs the cutting edge of their knowledge to rend the thick veils of ignorance that surround us and to make our world more comfortable and livable. Knowledge must directly impact the lives of the people. It should translate into economic production that will positively improve the conditions of life in society. Knowledge must come down from the ivory tower and embrace the life of the common human beings. I hope this conference will further the cause of investigation and innovation and help the scholars carry forward in the enterprise of the creation of knowledge with greater certainty and expertise. With great hope and happiness, I conclude my words and declare the conference as inaugurated. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your insightful words. Now I welcome Dr. Ajay Kumar PP, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, University of Kerala, for the presidential address.
Respected Minister for Higher Education, Government of Kerala, Dr. Ramesh Kumar P, Head of the Department of Mathematics, Dr. M.A. Pathan, Secretary, SSFA, Dr. S. Bhargava, Professor, University of Mysore, members of the syndicate, Advocate K.H. Babujan, Dr. S. Naseeb, Dr. K.G. Gopchandran, Dr. Gabriel Simon Thattil, Director, IQAC, Dr. Dilip Kumar, convener of this program. I am extremely glad to be part of this international conference on special functions and applications. As the welcome speaker
Video is
has
off.
already.
Video is off, sir. Ajay Kumar sir, video is off.
Yes. I think it won't be a problem because it is difficult for me to.
Okay, sir. Okay.
I think in a Zoom meeting, you will have to on the video. I won't be able to on the video. That's a problem. Anyway, I will continue my presidential address. It is
Okay.
certainly a great achievement because the annual meeting of the Society for Special Functions and their applications, the society has decided to conduct the 20th annual meeting in University of Kerala, and it gives us opportunity to listen to scholars from different parts of the world as well as different parts of India. When I went through the program, I find that there are experts from Canada, from Germany, from Belgium, from Israel, and from Algeria. So from different parts of the world, as well as from different parts of India. This is indeed an international conference which is represented by scholars from all parts of the world. This will certainly give a great opportunity for the scholars of University of Kerala, as well as scholars from different universities in India, to get in touch with the contemporary research areas or contemporary research outputs, and will certainly help them to come up with innovative research in their field. And more than that, I think it is a need of the time to get connected with scholars from different parts of the world, different universities. I think it will be better for us to organize programs, more and more programs in connection with, in collaboration with different universities, so that we will get opportunities to listen to the scholars there, and can get in touch with the kind of research that is going on in different universities. So I congratulate the organizers, and I wish all success to the 3-day international conference. I hope that it will certainly lead to more quality research in the fields that has been specified. So the HOD, Dr. Ramesh Kumar, and the convener, Dr. Dilip Kumar, and the members of the faculty members of the Department of Mathematics, all deserve appreciation. So it is really a pleasure to be part of this program, and I wish once again all success to this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I welcome Dr. M.A. Patan, Secretary, SSFA, for presenting the annual report.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, you are audible, sir. You are audible.
Audible. Okay. So, yeah. Honorable Chief Guest, members of the society, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. It's a matter of pleasure that the 20th annual conference of the SSFA is being organized online by Department of Mathematics and IQAC at prestigious University of Kerala. We are all profoundly grateful to the authorities of the institution for their kind invitation to host this conference. We are also equally grateful to the faculty members of the Department of Mathematics. Theory of special functions has been an active area of research in our country, and it is continued to make progress after the emergence of the original work of late Srinivas Ramanujan, the great mathematician of India. This is an exciting mathematical area whose development intersects with classical and modern subjects at any points. The Society for Special Functions and their applications has been trying hard for the development of the teaching and research in mathematics in general and special functions, number theory, and graph theory in particular. This has been achieved by organizing conferences, workshops, and seminars from time to time. The Society also publishes proceedings of the annual conferences. We have already published 18 volumes of the proceedings. The contribution to the published volumes of the proceedings of these conferences touched on several topics of special functions, number theory, and orthogonal polynomials, delivered by invited speakers and contributed papers from India and abroad. The Society awarded annually to outstanding publications and paper presentations to young researchers to help further their careers in research. SSFA is the only society which exclusively caters and coordinates the research activities of a large group of research workers in the country in this important branch of analysis. The SSFA encourages and supports the exchange of information, ideas, and techniques between researchers in this field and in other related areas of mathematics and science. Outreach program brought SSFA into the public eye with a series of discussions, meetings, workshops, conferences, and the means by which we would be able to lay the foundation for the new and advanced mathematics. Way back in 1997, a handful of teachers and research scholars proposed the formation of a society, and subsequently, with just a small number of founding members, all hungry for mathematical fellowship, SSFA was born. With the basic organizational structure, the work of planning began first setting and starting with a few, but then involving more and more mathematics and mathematicians from many countries around the world. The first annual conference of the society was held at JNB University, Jodhpur in 2000. The two-day deliberations during the first conference of Jodhpur will forever remain as cherishable memory in the history of this society and will be marked as the first event of the World Mathematical Year 2000 in Rajasthan. Since then, the annual conferences and international conferences of SSFA are held every year. SSFA would not have been successful had it not been for the efforts of the members and leaders like Professor R.K. Agrawal, N.K. Thakre, and H.L. Manocha, who initiated planning activities all over the country. It is the activities and the programs developed by individual members, organizations, and institutions from the building blocks of the SSFA. We are honored that well-known mathematicians of high moral worth and great achievements are with us in ICSFA 2021. We lost one of our brightest jewels in the field of special functions, number theory, and partition theory with the passing away on February 9, 2008 of Professor R.P. Agrawal, founder, member, and patron of the society. In his honor, society is organizing R.P. Agrawal memorial lectures every year. During the conference held at JNB University, Jodhpur, the first R.P. Agrawal memorial lecture was delivered by Professor George Andrews of Penn State University, USA, an internationally renowned mathematician, now world famous for rediscovery of Ramanujan's lost notebook in 1976. Second lecture was delivered by Professor H.L. Manocha from Brooklyn, New York. The third lecture by Professor A.M. Mathai, McGill University, Canada. Professor Kanemitsu of Japan delivered the fourth. Professor Wald Smith of France delivered fifth. Professor Tom Kurwinders delivered sixth. And Professor S. Bhargava, seventh R.P. Agrawal memorial lectures. Professor Claude Levesque, University of Laval, Canada, has honored by his presence to deliver the 8th R.P. Agrawal lecture, and we are now most grateful to Professor Bruce Burnt, USA, who has honored us by his presence here today to deliver the 9th R.P. Agrawal lecture. A large number of participants from all over the country and abroad are attending this conference. Invited talks and research papers being presented at the conference bear testimony that diverse topics are covered. Proceedings of the last 19 conferences may serve as a blueprint for the classical and modern mathematics in India. We have taken the first steps, and in this venture, the first steps are particularly difficult. It is not even a mere vision in the minds of Indian mathematicians. It is mission we can all take up and succeed and be proud of. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Let me invite Dr. S. Bhargava, Professor, University of Mysore, India, for the address by SSFA President.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, Honorable Vice Chancellor, syndicate members, office bearers. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Office bearers of the Society for Special Functions and its Applications, and other dignitaries, teachers, administrators, participants, and students. At the outset, I wish to thank the Society and the organizers of today's meeting for giving me this unique opportunity of addressing this august gathering across the nation and elsewhere. I must also on this occasion recall my association with the Society from its very inception, and moreover with its founding father, legendary Professor Agarwal, a decade before that. In fact, it would not be an exaggeration if I say that Professor Agarwal was like a mentor for me. We first met each other in 1986, the year previous to Srinivas Ramanujan's birth centenary year, in TIFR Bombay, as members of the National Board of Higher Mathematics Steering Committee for organizing Ramanujan's birth centenary celebration. It so happened that the steering committee asked me to co-organize a workshop at Mount Abu with Professor Agarwal, then Vice Chancellor of Rajasthan University. In the following years, he invited me to Jaipur and Lucknow several times to give talks on my publications on Ramanujan's work. He seemed so much impressed with our work in Mysore that he became instrumental in my occupying a couple of important honorary academic positions much before my retirement, such as election as president of IMS, fellow of National Academy of Sciences, committee member of SSFA, etc. One of the best compliments I ever received from him was to write a chapter for his 3-volume monumental book, Resonance of Ramanujan's Mathematics. I can go on reminiscing about SSFA's connection and Professor Agarwal's relationship with me. But let me now turn to the topic of my talk. I would like to talk about a subject which is usually discussed among the public as well as the academicians. Pure versus applied mathematics and classical versus modern mathematics. Is the line separating pure and applied mathematics thin and imaginary, and that separating classical and modern mathematics thin and imaginary? So that this is the benefit of all the participants, the public, and the funding agencies too. So let me begin this talk. He generally thought that Ramanujan was a pure mathematician and a number theorist in particular, and his mathematics had nothing much to do with applications. Perhaps Ramanujan himself thought so, even though he had a couple of identities on modular equations which were applicable to mechanics. However, let me take up just one of the hundreds of functions that Ramanujan dealt with, the theta functions. Theta functions are ubiquitous, arising in different contexts in mathematics, physics, and engineering, and are very interesting, therefore. They occur in such areas as mathematical analysis, conformal mapping, number theory, theory of elliptic functions, astronomy, elasticity, fluid mechanics, to name some. Besides, theta functions exhibit many interesting mathematical relationships among themselves. Often, these relations interrelate different areas of mathematics, physics, and engineering. Now, let me tell the story of just two of hundreds of identities, thousands of identities, in fact, which Ramanujan discovered around the age of 25 or so before going abroad. These twin identities are now known as Rogers-Ramanujan identities. L.J. Rogers, a British mathematician, had discovered the same identities independently. In the early 1980s, some 7 decades later, an Australian theoretical physicist, R.J. Baxter, was looking for suitable analytic identities that would be relevant to his work on so-called hard hexagonal models describing properties of certain gases. Around the same time, Professor Andrews, an American expert on Srinivas Ramanujan, Professor G. Andrews happened to be visiting Australian universities, and he told Baxter that what he was looking for were precisely the Rogers-Ramanujan identities. And Baxter's difficulties were instantly over. In fact, Baxter went on to do further work on both Rogers-Ramanujan lines and his own. Also, Baxter has a well-established school of theoretical physics. Ramanujan, if alive, would perhaps be surprised that Baxter applied his identities to physics long after several decades after they were discovered. Ramanujan would be even more surprised that the contents of his last letter to his mentor Harding, written a few days before his death, would result in volumes of research by generations of leading mathematicians and physicists all over the world in the context of superstring theory. In fact, stranger things have happened in the history of science in erasing the line separating pure and applied mathematics, and that separating classical and modern mathematics. Let me quote some instances. Fermat's work in number theory, done some 400 years ago and improved upon by Euler some 300 years ago, as well as the work of Galois in algebra, done some 200 years ago, are now being applied in our modern security systems in banks and military. Euler's other works are being used by mathematicians, physicists, and engineers all along. Theory of optimization and control, an offshoot of Euler's calculus variations, is very much a part of modern-day aerospace engineering and science. Newton founded calculus some 300 years ago to put mechanics on proper grounds. Calculus has given rise to many other branches of mathematics, such as measure theory, calculus on manifolds, differential manifolds, and differential geometry, which are used by physicists and engineers. More recently, Norbert Wiener of Massachusetts Institute of Technology, who died in 1964 at 70, constantly interacted with his engineering colleagues and discovered new mathematical methods in order to solve their problems. In the event, he would enrich and unify totally different branches of science and humanities. Some of these areas are probability theory, potential theory, mechanics, connected with the Brownian motion, a problem posed by a botanist, Brown. Heat transfer and stock market even. Wiener unified all kinds of areas in science as well as humanities. And coming next to another exciting topic, example. Modern electrical and electronic gadgets such as air conditioners, televisions, mobile telephones, cameras, surgical equipment, etc., all have in their circuitry what's called a negative feedback loop. Without this negative feedback loop, the output could be totally distorted, and one can very well imagine the possible disastrous consequences. We need to be ever thankful in this connection to the mathematician Wiener for inventing the idea of negative feedback loops by consolidating what in fact is a biological behavior in humans and animals into his theory of cybernetics. Arthur Duffin, to talk of another versatile scientist, say a mathematician, etc. Arthur Duffin, who died in 1996 at the age of 87, was a physicist turned electrical engineer, turned a versatile mathematician, and Raoul Bott, who died in 2005 at the age of 82, a doctoral student of Duffin, was an electrical engineer, also turned a powerful mathematician. The two together are famous for Bott-Duffin transformer synthesis, which is important for modern engineering areas such as signal processing. Their discovery brought down the cost of production of electronic companies. They made a clever use of, that is Duffin and Bott, made a clever use of a powerful theorem in mathematics, Cauchy's theorem. Duffin, along with a colleague, A.C. Schaefer, introduced the concept of frames, which is an integral part of the powerful and eclectic area of mathematics, namely wavelet theory, extensively used by seismologists, meteorologists, electronic and communication engineers, digital signal processing, image compression, structural engineering, and so on. Bott worked in several areas of mathematics and is known as an innovator. Two of his doctoral students won Fields Medal, the equivalent of Nobel Prize. Paul Erdős, himself a mathematical genius, and whose birth centenary was celebrated 8 years ago in 2013 all over the world, was introduced to Ramanujan's collected works when Erdős was as young as 17. In his article, Ramanujan and I, written for the proceedings of Ramanujan's birth centenary conference held at Madras, now Chennai, Erdős describes the impact on him of Ramanujan's papers on prime and composite numbers and on partitions. And partitions play an important role in theoretical physics too. These are only some instances in history which indicate that mathematics and other sciences and even humanities are not detached in time and space. They all are parts of a timeless dynamic continuum independent of the stakeholders, and Ramanujan and his works are no exception. To conclude my talk, I'd just like to quote from Ken Ono's papers. Ken Ono is going to give his address tonight. Professor Agarwal's memorial, Professor Agarwal memorial lecture. So it should be relevant for me to quote two of his papers from two of his papers. One is about the last letter of Ramanujan, and the more recent one is about the first letter of Ramanujan written to his mentor Hardy. In his 2010 paper in the Notices of the American Mathematical Society titled The Last Words of a Genius, Ono gives a gist of his and related papers about the discoveries in physics and mathematics, which fell out of Zweig's path-taking doctoral thesis of 2002, uncovering the mystery behind the contents of Ramanujan's last letter, as the contents being Mach theta functions. Ono concludes as follows about the adventure which last letter set in motion. I quote, "The first act is over. Every step along the way has evoked wonder. The enigmatic letter, the lost notebook, the work of many minds. If the past is the road map to the future, then the yet unwritten acts promise forays by intrepid mathematicians of today and tomorrow into new worlds presently populated with seemingly unattainable mathematical truths." It's really poetic of him. And in a more recent paper, written in 2016, written by Ono and his and Robert Schneider, published in Mathematical Society, Ramanujan Mathematical Society newsletter, Ono has this to say. And the title of the talk, the title of the article is "The Man Who Knew Infinity why Ramanujan matters. So let me quote again from that paper, Unknown Schneider. I begin. Written in 1913, it has taken mankind 1 century to understand their meaning. Along the way, the pursuit has led to solutions of ancient mathematical mysteries, breakthroughs in modern physics, and ideas which help power the internet. To mathematicians and scientists, Ramanujan symbolizes pure inspiration, the sort of creative fights more often associated with musicians or artists. The story of Ramanujan provides a modern archetype, the rise from humble conditions to world's center stage that modern day India itself exemplifies. So I think I've quoted enough of instances in history of mathematics and science to erase the doubts which people have in mind about pure and applied mathematics and classical and versus modern mathematics. And I was glad to hear from the higher education minister that Kerala government has conceived many projects which are going to help people who like to work in interdisciplinary areas, etc. So I once again thank the organizers and the society and all of you for listening to me for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Let me invite Dr. Gopchandran KG, Syndicate Member, University of Kerala, for the felicitation.
First of all, Honorable Minister for Higher Education, with the teacher who inaugurated this international conference, Honorable Pro-Vice Chancellor of University of Kerala, Professor Ajay Kumar, the Head of the Department of Mathematics, Dr. Ramesh Kumar, the previous speakers, Dr. M.A. Pathan, Secretary of this association, and the Dr. S. Bhargava, the President of the SSFA. Is it I am audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
My colleagues in the syndicate, Advocate Babujan sir, Dr. Naseeb, the IQAC Director Simon Tattil, and most importantly, the Chief Organizer of this conference, Dr. Dilip Kumar. So it is with immense pleasure I am participating in this international conference on special functions and its applications. So I once again welcome the special function specialists who are participating in this function, as well as the participants to the University of Kerala. The Department of Mathematics has a very good track record in many areas of mathematics, including algebra, especially semi-groups, etc., as all of you know. And I think this this three-day conference will be very beneficial for the researchers and participants across the world. And I am basically a physics teacher, and we refer to the special functions when we have problems, when we have solutions, especially in classical physics problems. But when we think about the special functions in olden days, the addition, subtraction, we always considered as straightforward calculations. Whereas division and multiplication, we treated with a slight difference. What we have in the addition and subtraction, maybe the essence of these special functions. And the usage and practice of special functions in the 20th century may be very different from the 21st century because of the development of computational methods and the new softwares emerging to use the special functions. I think the new generation of people working in special functions are too much attracted towards the software computational methods, and in an unprecedented manner, the data science also is getting developed. So this conference may discuss sometimes the history and the future of special functions, because history may be very different from the future that we are looking forward. So I wish a grand success for this international conference, and on behalf of the members of the syndicate, I welcome all the participants to this conference. And even after conference, I request all of you to have some kind of interaction with the Department of Mathematics, which we are very eagerly planning to go ahead with the a center for special functions, if possible, in the Department of Mathematics in the nearer future, to help the other teachers working in the other disciplines such as physics, chemistry, and people interested in the quantum computing, etc., to work together. And with these words, I wish all the success for this international conference. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now we have Dr. Dilip Kumar, convener, ICSFA 2021, and assistant professor, Department of Mathematics, University of Kerala, for vote of thanks.
Honorable Minister for Education, Dr. R. Bindu, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Mahadevan Pillai, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor Ajay Kumar PP, respected President Dr. S. Bhargava of SFSFA, Honorable Secretary M.A. Pathan, Honorable Syndicate members Advocate A.H. Babujan, Dr. S. Naseeb, Dr. Gopchandran, respected IQAC Director Dr. Gabriel Simon, all my colleagues and participants of this conference. This International Conference of Special Functions and Applications 2021 and the 20th annual meeting of the Society for Special Functions and their Applications has been organized by the Department of Mathematics, University of Kerala, and for that I am extremely thankful to the society for giving us an opportunity to host this great gathering. In this auspicious meeting, we are also conducting a symposium on special functions and fractional calculus. In this international gathering of 3 days, we have 14 sessions and 21 invited speakers. There are participants from around 20 countries, and nearly 84 paper presentations are there in this session. It has been difficult for us to conduct an offline gathering due to this pandemic. I'm extremely thankful to the SSFA for planning such a meeting so that we can even interact and exchange our ideas in special functions with the people who are experts in the area of special functions in and around the world. So before saying much, I am entering into my duty. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. R. Bindu, the Honorable Minister for Higher Education, Government of Kerala. Even in her busy schedule, in fact, she had a cabinet meeting today. Even in her busy schedule, she has given time for us to deliver the inaugural address. I extremely thank her on behalf of the Department of Mathematics as well as the University of Kerala. Due to some unavoidable reasons, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Mahadevan Pillai, could not attend this function. On behalf of all gathered here, I extend our sincere gratitude to Dr. Mahadevan Pillai. It has been a great support from our Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ajay Kumar PP, who has been continuously helping us in all our activities of the department. Even in his busy schedule, he has agreed and participated in our inaugural session. So on behalf of all gathered in this meeting, as well as from the Department of Mathematics, I extend our sincere gratitude to Dr. Ajay Kumar. Next, I would like to thank the President, Dr. S. Bhargava of SSFA, for delivering the presidential address on behalf of SSFA. And it has been a motivation for us to conduct such a meeting in such a short span of time. And the help from SSFA was a great, it was actually a great effort that they have done for organizing such a meeting online. So on behalf of all gathered in this meeting, I extend our sincere gratitude to Dr. S. Bhargava. Also, I thank Professor M.A. Pathan, Secretary of SSFA, for providing their help and support in organizing this event. Our syndicate members, Dr. H. Babujan and Dr. S. Nadeep, were having some urgent meetings today, so they could not join our inaugural session. On behalf of all SSFA participants, as well as the members of the Department of Mathematics, we extend our sincere gratitude to Advocate H. Babujan and Dr. S. Nadeep. Our syndicate member, Dr. Gopchand sir, I'm very happy that he has joined our program and delivered a felicitation. In fact, I take this opportunity to congratulate him for his latest achievement, that he has been nominated as the Fellow of the Royal Society of Chemistry. So on behalf of all gathered here, I thank Dr. Gopchandran sir for coming over here and delivering his felicitation. I also thank all executive committee members of SSFA, especially to Dr. Ahmad Ali, Joint Secretary, who has been continuously from the day one of this conference, or this organization of this conference, has been supporting us in each and every aspect of the conference. So on behalf of the Department of Mathematics and University of Kerala, I extend our sincere gratitude to Dr. Ahmad Ali, as well as all the executive committee members who has been supporting us for the conduct of this program. I also thank all session chairs of this conference, all participants of this conference who are actually the beneficiaries of this great event. I also thank all the school directors of the University of Kerala who has been supporting us in their activity, in their academic, in all our academic activities, especially the director of the School of Mathematical and Physical Sciences for their extended support. I also thank all the deans of the University of Kerala, and I extremely thank our HOD, Dr. Ramesh Kumar sir, who has been behind us for all our activities and has been serving as a mentor support for conducting such academic programs. I also thank all my colleagues, Dr. Krishna Kumar, Dr. Talmi, Dr. Manju, Dr. Chitra, and especially our former HOD, Dr. Suresh Singh, for their continuous help and support for the conduct of this international conference. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all our research scholars who have been working from day to morning till evening for the smooth conduct of this program, and especially Smriti, the postgraduate student of our department, for comparing this session, Uma and Purnima for delivering the prayer song, and all other students who are giving the technical support for this international conference. I hope that this conference will definitely benefit all the participants of this conference for interacting and getting new ideas in the area of special functions, number theory, fractional calculus. So last but not least, if I have dropped out anybody, I would like to feel sorry for that, and I thank all of them on behalf of the Department of Mathematics and University of Kerala. So thank you very much for this support.
Thank you, sir. That marks an end of the remarkable inaugural session of the International Conference on Special Functions and Applications 2021. Once again, let me thank everyone. Thank you all.
Dear participants, our next session will start at 10:30 by the presidential address. So please join. We will be having a 15 minutes break. After that, at 10:30, we will be joining back for the first session, the presidential address session of this SSFA meeting. Thank you all.